Hey everyone, Chris here and welcome back to the FedEx vlogs. I really shouldn't be making a vlog today because we have 170 stops. I'm predicting a 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. finish. And not only that, it's snowing. Well, it was raining in the morning, but then the rain turned to snow and the snow is starting to stick. Here. It's like 10 a.m. and we got some flurries. You can see it's starting to stick. And yeah, it's gonna be a rough day today. But today's topic is driving a FedEx truck. Is it scary? Is it hard? There's once a time that we had to learn to drive one of these bad boys. And I can tell you right now, everyone was nervous their first time driving one of these trucks. Because they're big, they're scary. Yeah, they're not like small Toyotas, Hondas where they can just go anywhere. These are big ass trucks. I'm going to give you some tips on driving a FedEx truck. And this video is going to be aimed towards people who are newer drivers or want to be drivers. I know all you drivers that have been driving for years, this like comes second nature. You guys don't need these tips. But if you want to keep watching, feel free to keep watching. Anyways, we're in the straight truck today, so I'm going to give you some POV of driving. Here's what the truck's looking like. Mostly residentials on this side. Half this side is residential, and in the back right here, this 50%, the commercial. We're going to start with the residential first, and we're going to do commercial last. And I'm going to try to get as much done in the beginning as possible, and I'll see you guys later. So, as you read from the title of the video, most first-time FedEx drivers do get into an accident. And you know, accidents do happen. Going from a small car to a 20 to 30 foot truck can be very difficult. But hey, you gotta learn sometime. When driving a FedEx truck, everything makes you nervous. Going under bridges, making tight turns, backing up into loading docks. But all that nervousness goes away with time and experience. Now, if I had a choice to be put in a small van or a big truck, I always choose big truck. But that might not be the case when you first start. When you first start, you might just want to go with the small vans or small trucks. Just ask your boss that you would rather drive that than a big truck, and eventually you'll work your way up. So first, let's start with the road test. For FedEx Ground, I just drove around with my contractor. Pretty much we did a route with maybe like 20 to 30 stops. We drove around, backed up into loading docks, made tight turns. And on the tight turns, just make sure you just give yourself a little more room. Yeah, it was pretty simple. I think he just wanted to see me drive with confidence, and I think that's what I did. Now for FedEx Express, I heard that they line up cones in a straight line, maybe like 10 feet apart. And I heard you had to drive the truck backwards, swerving in between the cones. And if that's the case, that does sound a little more difficult than what I had to go through. I would just practice in my car. Now we're going to talk about the setup of your truck. First, you got to set up your mirrors right, which I'll be showing that later in the video, as well as the turn radius. Another very important thing to know is the height of the truck. You don't want to be one of those people that go under a bridge and take out the roof of your truck. And also take notes of parking garages, basketball hoops, and house and building awnings. Now let me tell you about some of the accidents that I had. Now in the terminal, the space we have to move the truck is very small. It's very compact. So occasionally I would love tap the trucks beside me. I was only going like 5 miles per hour, so there probably wasn't too much damage. But all I could think about is, since I hit my contractor's truck, it's collateral damage. Now, the first accident I got into was I rear-ended a Mercedes. This was in like a company parking lot where they had a loading dock. Now keep in mind, this was like a huge parking lot with so much space, but I was just so out of focus that day. I think what happened that day was so my bosses told me to come early that day, but they told me the day of. So when I woke up that day, I saw a text message, oh, there's gonna be a lot of work, come in early. Usually I have like a morning routine where I eat breakfast, take a shower. So I decided that day I would just like change clothes and just go to work. And I just remember being in that warehouse so tired, so out of it. And yeah, which brings me to my first lesson. Do not drive when you are tired. Maybe your friends want to go out clubbing one day, but you have work the next day. I'm telling you right now, choose one or the other, but not both. Since you're driving most of the day, you gotta stay focused. And my second accident is I backed up into an awning of a building. Every time I reverse, I'm super careful now. I check my cameras, I check my mirrors, but there is a blind spot. You can't see the top of the truck. And when I reversed into it, I was like, whoa, what just happened? I looked around and boom, I realized that I hit the top of the awning. So if you ever back up into someone's driveway, which you're not supposed to, but some people do, make sure you take notes before you back in. Is there a low enough awning that you can hit? Or is there a basketball hoop you didn't see? Now these are the only 2 real mistakes I made, and hopefully using these tips you won't make the same mistake that I did. And then there are some accidents that you can't prevent, such as someone else hitting you. This hasn't happened to me yet, and hopefully it won't happen to you. Drive safe, guys. Alright guys, we have entered the highway, and let's see if we can merge, because it's almost pretty much impossible as a truck. I do have a little room here, but I do want to make sure that I'm clear on my left side. That's not clear enough. That's crazy. Oh, almost hit me. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, there we go. Someone lets me in. Yeah, the trucks are really long, so it's like hard to like it's hard to merge because you need a little space to go up, peek into this lane. Guys, you know what I was thinking? He's putting the porta potties in the place, but this guy could use the back room anytime he needs to. Sometimes you have to deliver to like one of these strip malls. The best way to do it is to block the parking spots and go in real quick. Sometimes people give you a hard time if they're leaving like right there, but I think everyone's parked right now, so it's okay. The first time you park on the main street, you might get a little nervous because there's a lot of people waiting. This is kind of a bad example because there's 2 lanes. But yeah, there's gonna be lots of cars coming your way, and sometimes people get mad, but all you gotta say is, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Also, something to know about these FedEx trucks is that these wheels, their turn radiuses are all different on the trucks that we have. So if I turn all this way, look how far it turns, look at that. And then it stops. My Honda does not do that, but yeah, these trucks have like a big turn radius. Oh, damn. The UPS guy. Pretty sick how far they can turn. I think it's just to make up for how long they are if you get stuck in like a sticky situation. Now I'm going to talk about mirror setups to have the perfect mirrors. I talked about this before, but just in case you forget, so here I am sitting in my seat at eye level, and what you want to see is the side of the truck, maybe like 20% of the mirror, 20 to 30%, like that. And you want the horizon where the sky meets the ground, like you see that, straight in the middle, just like that. So you want to be looking like that. And for your concave mirrors, some people just like to see your blind spot, but I like to see like all of it, kind of like this, kind of like that. I like to see a lot. I guess it's up to personal preference, whatever you like to do. And sometimes these mirrors are a little dingy because they're old trucks, so you gotta play with them around, and sometimes you can't move them at all and you just got to deal with it. Same on the other side. This is right here, pretty good. You can see the horizon's in the middle where that dumpster is, and then I'm seeing only like that's a little more, 30%. Maybe I'll fix it later. And I can see everything in that concave mirror. Here's a sign that says no parking, fire lane. Here's the entrance, and here's the backup camera. All the backup cameras come in all different shapes and sizes. I guess it depends what your contractor installs if it doesn't have a backup camera. And it takes a second to turn on, I don't like that. But yeah, you can see the basics. It has a sensor when you get too close, like I showed you before. And if you don't like the settings, there's different types of settings. You can't see it, but it says brightness. Some that have sound in it. And the sensor's a little wonky on this one for some reason. I hate it. That is so annoying. It always scares me every time, but there's nothing there, so stupid thing. And we're parked here. We're FedEx, so we don't give up. But for reals, we'll be in and out in less than 2 minutes. I can guarantee you that. If I could just find the box. 5 o'clock, getting dark. If you want to know more about the truck or a FedEx truck, make sure you check out my video where I did a tour of the truck. And I think I'm gonna end it off here. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, peace out guys.